Had somebody ask me if I knew how to tell if corn was ready without stripping back the husk. And this is my first year doing the corn, but from what I understand, you want to check the silk. The silk should be dry and turning all brown or dark. That's your first sign. Then if you feel the tip, the very tip of the corn cob, it should be round and blunt, not pointy. That's letting you know that those kernels are filling out up top. Now the next thing you can do, if you're still unsure, is just peel back the very top just a little bit, and you can see if the kernels are ready. And if you want to tell if they're just right, then you want to squish them, and you should see white milk coming out of the kernel, not clear. Once you see that white milk, you know they're at the very perfect stage for harvest. And also, to pick an ear of corn, you just pull down on it and twist, and it comes right off. Nice yellow sweet corn, and it's pretty well filled out. Another tip for corn, I hear a lot of people saying you got to have a huge field of corn, and you don't, but you do need at least 4 rows wide. And there are probably other things you can do to get good corn, but if you want to get good corn that gets fully seeded, because every single one of these pieces of silk equals 1 kernel of corn on that cob. If they don't all get pollinated, then you're going to have bare spots. If you go 4 rows wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll get good pollination from the wind. You only need to have 4 rows to get good pollination. My rows are about 2.5 feet apart. I think it'd be better to go 3 feet. It's kind of hard for me to show you the perspective of the cornfield with this camera, but just so you know, like I said, I got 4 rows wide. The rows are an average of 20 feet long, and there's an average of 25 plants in a row. So I have an average in a 10 foot wide by 20 foot long area. I have about 100 corn plants. So that means a good 100 ears of corn for a 10 by 20 foot area. Because typically you get 1 ear of corn per stalk. And my corn plants are anywhere from 6 inches to 1 foot apart. And this corn was planted from seed, and it seems to be doing quite well. Despite all the animals. The animals took out my corn at the far end, but what I did with this corn is as soon as I saw that it was even getting close to the point of being ripe, I mixed up a hot pepper spray with some mint, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, habanero pepper, and marigolds. Put that all in a food processor, blended it up, let that sit in 2 gallons of water for a couple days, and I spray that on these plants with a hose end sprayer, and the animals leave it alone. I'll put the recipe down below if you want it. Seems to be working good. But I'm happy. I'm finally getting some corn. Now, for some reason, this corn has 3 ears per stalk, but the other 2 ears are just little tiny things that probably won't amount to anything. We'll see as the season goes on. They're still young. There's a nice one. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not giving you all kinds of nice camera angles and stuff, it's because there's really just not room in the garden to do that anymore. Everything's grown up so much that I have really limited spots where I can place the camera. There you go. There's a dozen ears. There's still a whole bunch more in there. And that looks good to me. Anyway, just wanted to show you I got some corn, and wanted to help anyone out who was wondering how to determine if their corn is ready without stripping the husk off. That's how you do it. And well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments and support.